Hello. So we're back, and this time with another Temu video review. Now, this time, like every time, I picked up some cool items. But before we are starting, be sure you check the code from the screen. You use the screen on the search bar on Temu, and you can redeem a £100 coupon. You can use it however you want. And also, you have a link onto the description. You click there, you install the app, and new users app, they can have these products discounted. I will say thank you, Temu, for that. And let's check what we have here. Now, first, I picked these items, which they are Pogo pins for programming, because everyone asks. You remember my Pogo pins? Now, here are 4 different Pogo pin sizes for different memory chip design, and I consider this being like a must have, just because we are doing BIOS programming or memory programming, and no one want to actually desolder the chip from the board in order to be programmed. So we're gonna test this. Then I pick up a Philips flashlight. This is very useful. Also, it's USB-C, adjustable focus, and all kind of stuff. Proper chip. Then we have an electronic kit. Yeah, this is fantastic for beginners or for people they want to start doing electronics and soldering. This is a digital clock and has to be put together, solder the components together, and Diana, it will help us with the clock. The next one, it's a very useful tool. You have to trust me, it's very useful. This is a OBD2 interface, because the cold weather came, and it's good to check to see if you have any problem with your car. We're gonna go to my car and check, see if it's any code there. We're gonna try to bring a code up, read the code, and clear the code with this cheap OBD2 interface. Then another cool item, it's a wearable multimeter. Crazy! I mean, this is extremely useful when you work on something and you don't really have space for a multimeter and you want it at your hand. You have to admit it, this is a very cool tool. Now let's start with the Pogo pins. The original price is £7.87, and you can buy them for 78p. Now I'll be honest with you, this looks like a proper nice quality. Check that. You can use Pogo pins with whatever programmer you want. You can use it with CH programmer. You can use it with BreveProg, SVOD, Vertiano, whatever. Basically, any programmer having this kind of socket, you can use them. Now let me grab my programmer and let's try to read a memory chip. So we have the programmer, we have a board here, we have a memory chip. You connect this to your programmer. The pin number 1, and I like this, is actually marked with a black line. So pin number 1 is with the pin number 1 from here. You just place the Pogo pins on the top of the chip. And now let's go to the software. Let's identify the chip, and the chip has been identified. Now let's read the chip, and that's how you do it. Yeah. So it's really easy to work with Pogo pins. You have to keep like the hands to be steady, but it's all good. You just have to touch. I mean, it's just a small downside compared with the fact that actually you don't have to desolder the chip from the board. So if you check the link from the description, of course from a phone, you install the app, and you can find these Pogo pins on the link. And here we have all available sizes of the memory chips. You can see them? Yeah. Proper useful. What about a watch multimeter? Huh? I think we are ready. So powering on, we can set up like voltages, AC and DC. And now we have the probes, yeah? Let me grab something. Let's say you have a motherboard. If you want to work like this, you can do it even motherboards. So you have a motherboard and you want to check, okay, main power rail. So main power rail, you have coil, chip, capacitor. And on the capacitor, check that, 13.6 volts. You can see on the screen? Yeah, cool, right? Now just think if you work like, let's say, car repairs. Very useful. You have these which they are going proper long, and always you can check and watch the voltage. Then when you finish, you just release and you have them here. I mean, never thought for like a watch multimeter, but yeah, definitely a cool gadget. One more time, if you want to buy something like that, you'll find the link on the description. Just install the app on your phone, create an account, and you can buy it discounted for new users. I think we have even light. Yeah, check here. So if you want light, you have light. And by the way, this is rechargeable. Okay. What about a flashlight? I mean, everyone needs a flashlight. You know, you drop something under your desk and you have to watch, or on the night time. And also USB rechargeable. Now let's plug a charger and see what current is taking. So we have USB-C, plug in the charger, and it is USB-C. And it's taking about 400 milliamps, of course with 5 volts negotiation. Now powering on the flashlight, and you have to believe me, it's proper strong. And also you can adjust the focus. Check here. Cool. If you press one, the button, then it's going a little bit dim. Then pressing one more time is switching off. So when the flashlight is starting, it's starting at full brightness. Of course, you can increase the brightness by adjusting the focus, but overall, it's pretty strong. So what do you think about this? You need something like that, right? Yeah, I know. That was the idea when I bought it. I'm always like dropping stuff under my desk and I have to search them, and it's not much light there, and I need something like that. Rechargeable and USB-C. Philips, yeah. So have a look on the link on the description, install the app, create an account, and you can buy this cool flashlight. Now for the next item, and this is very, very useful. I mean, I fixed my car having a OBD interface or OBD reader. So we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna film from my phone, and let's see if it can detect like a car fault. As soon as you plug the interface it will get powered up by the voltage from the OBD port, and we can press and scan for error. Code found is 0. So we have no problem at the moment, but we're gonna create a problem. So the car is running. I'm gonna disconnect this lambda sensor, which is an upstream lambda sensor, which is here. Okay, so the lambda sensor is disconnected. Let's go and check if we have any error. Now let's read the code again. And we have an error. Check that. So bank 1 because we have only one bank, and sensor 1 because it's the upstream one. So actually it's quite precise. Let me plug the sensor back and see if the interface, it will reset the code. So we plug back the sensor. Let's check. Let's check one more time for errors. And we still have the error there. Let's go back. Let's clear the error. And it's saying erasing codes, erasing done. So if I go back now to scan again, and we have no error codes on the car. Insane, right? For 77p. Exactly that sensor was dodgy on the car, and I diagnosed with a tool like this, I replaced the sensor, and I saved some money. So I believe OBD scanner is a must-have tool if you have a car. I'm really sorry, I forgot about the item. So this is a boost converter. And I'm a little bit fascinated about boost converters. I mean, compared with the back one, you come with high voltage and you take lower voltage with more amps. This one is taking lower voltage and it's hiring the voltage. And also the output of this small board is actually 5 amps. You can change the output up to 46 volts. And even if I lower the input voltage, you can't see the input voltage, right? No. 1 second. Yeah, that's the input voltage, 12 volts. So even if I lower the voltage, check there, it's exactly the same output voltage. So now we have like 5 volts. So 5 volts at the input and we have 46 volts at the output. And I will be honest with you, for what people it will use this kind of boost power supply, it's actually for laptops. 19 volts exactly. Because on the car you have 12 volts, but you need 19 for the laptop. Now you can see we have like 4 volts, but you don't have 4 volts on the car, you have 12. It doesn't matter what voltage you have. No, the output is still 19. It's exactly 19. 12 volts. Can we higher the voltage? Yeah, we can higher the voltage like 18 volts. Because you will think, okay, sorry, but what about, if the voltage is changing on the car? Check that, 18 volts and we still have 19 at the output. So even if the voltage is changing, you'll still have exactly the same voltage at the output. So from here, all you have to do is to connect like, the round pin connector or whatever the laptop needs, not the USB-C, and you can use it. Or maybe you need 24 volts. You can adjust this for 24 volts. You have 5 amps to play with. Definitely a good to have device. Now the last item, yeah, this is a digital clock. And you'll say, sorry, yeah, it's just a clock, it's nothing special. Well, it is special if you build it by your own hands. It's a good feeling when you build something and actually it's working. Now, this one, it will be built by Diana. She loves actually doing this kind of electronic kits.
Hello, so we are back. And this time, no, it's not a radio, it's a digital clock. Let's build it. It's working! I can't believe! Wow, that's a nice clock. Yeah, so it took me around 1 hour to build this. There are so many components, so many. But yeah, I'm happy with the results. All right, look at this one. Now I have to figure out how to set this. Oh, that's the hour. What time is it? 15:42. 15:42. There we go. That's a nice clock. I'm happy with that. All right. See ya. Bye.
Lol, can't believe actually it's working. So if you are looking for the clock, just you have the link on the description, click on the link and you can purchase from Temu App. Now I'm gonna stop here. I will display the code one more time to use the code on the Temu search bar for £100 coupon. Then you can spend it on whatever you want to buy. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna stop here. I will say thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye.